Hello, I'm Gus Downing, the publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today at the Loss Prevention Research Council's Precision LP Impact Conference, being held at the University of Florida from October 2nd to October 4th, 2017. This episode today is the third in a series of seven episodes designed to give you a thorough understanding of the only full-time team-driven LP and AP academic effort in retail history, as we strongly recommend you watch the entire series and learn how an academic approach is helping LP and AP impact the total retail enterprise. As we introduce this week, Precision Loss Prevention, we'd like to thank CAM Connections, a division of ADT, for having the vision and commitment to the industry, for sponsoring the entire series, and invite you to thank them directly by visiting their website or pinging them on social media. So let's get started. Today's session is entitled LP and AP Supports Total Enterprise Success. With us today to discuss this is Reed Hayes, PhD, CPP, Director of the LPRC, and Tom Arigi, Senior Director of Asset Protection for Walmart US. The LPRC is the retail industry's only academic model that exclusively conducts research to develop, test, and validate crime and loss control evidence-based solutions that improves the performance of its members and the industry, and by developing the most effective ways to support total enterprise success in various unique retail environments. With over 110 members, comprised of 45 retailers, 60 solution providers, 2 startups, 3 manufacturers, and 7 industry leaders, to date, the LPRC has conducted over 120 real-world loss prevention projects for retailers and partners. At the very heart of the LPRC is the LPRC team and the LP and AP industry leaders who drive innovation, collaboration, and evaluation, so that loss prevention and asset protection can help drive total enterprise success through precision loss prevention. Gentlemen, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Gus.
Now, can you talk about the concept of the 3 key support roles of LP and AP, Reed?
I mean, sure, we all know retail stores, retail companies exist to sell merchandise to customers at a profit. We also know that everybody's under very intense competition right now with each other and, of course, online clicks. I mean, it's so easy to just get on our phone or tablet or whatever, or computer, and purchase something. So the brick and mortar retailer, like everybody, has to get better and better and better at what they do. And I think part of this case, in this case, the discussion, the focus of this conference and of our research at the LPRC and the University of Florida is, how do we do that better? How does LP or AP department support total enterprise success? We're not just the corporate cops or investigators, the security guys. We're here to support total success. And so I guess to answer your question, we think the 3 priority things is, number 1, on-shelf availability. Let's say the customer, when she comes to your store and goes to that shelf, you better have what she came for. It better be in stock and in great condition. It wasn't lost. It wasn't stolen somewhere in the supply chain or in the store. And so we know that's always a key focus of the loss prevention department or asset protection department, is on-shelf availability. It better be there. But that's not always enough. Not only should it be there, but her in-store shopping experience needs to be a positive one, and including the self-checkout or whatever checkout process you've got. But we know increasingly, because of competition, because of labor and other costs, you're going to have fewer and fewer cashiers and people to check you out. You're going to be doing more and more, us as a customer, on our own. So it needs to be what we call low friction for the customer. She gets her stuff. It was there, and she gets out quickly. It's convenient, and so on. But how do we secure this great, convenient experience for her? So it needs to be a secure, low friction experience for her. And finally, that's the second bucket, finally, her entire visit, she needs to feel safe and secure in your parking lot, in your store. Herself or her loved one, she's not going to send somebody there that she doesn't feel safe. We need to be safe and secure at hours of convenience, and that's a lot of times, in fact, most times, hours of darkness. So we think you have to have all 3 to be a successful brick and mortar retailer. You need to have the stuff, it needs to be a low friction but secure checkout experience, and you always need to be safe and secure. If you don't have one of these ingredients, we think it's a fail. And you know what? I don't feel safe. They're out of stock. It sucks to wait in line. Excuse my French. I'm just going to go online and buy this stuff. That's what we're talking about.
Interesting. I mean, I've never really seen the retail industry take such a priority or put such a priority on the parking lots and in really increasing the scope of the LP senior leader to look at it from that perspective.
And that's part of the strategy. That's what we're trying to lay out. We've got a lot of strong research evidence that shows this is the approach we need to take. I think we're hoping this strategy bonds that LP or AP decision maker more closely with their colleagues at the corporate office and with their colleagues in the field, that's what we've got to do. Look, we're here for total enterprise success like you are. We're not here just for specific things. We've got to make sure these things happen or where you got a problem.
Well, in the on-shelf availability issue, I've read articles where it's billions of dollars worldwide lost because of that issue. But getting the LP executive to focus there and to learn it, to work with it, and to learn how to manage it is going to be a heck of a task long term, I would assume.
And so you'll see here at this conference, we had an expert, a professor from another university who we work with, talking about, okay, how do you much more sharply prioritize what you're protecting, what SKUs? And then you're working these working groups, product protection and supply chain protection, to ensure that you're not having to protect everything. We're very, very focused, very few SKUs, very few store locations, and so on, create overwhelming problems for us. So let's get more and more precise. That's precision LP.
And then the friction is like locking down an item, putting it behind a glass door and lock and key and such. I mean,
it's all friction.
That's where you're talking about the friction.
Or waiting in line, or having to look for an employee. This is all creating friction, it's creating resistance, it's creating a reason, excuses not to go there,
right,
to find another better, quicker, less friction way to purchase.
Now, I've seen the term friction used with the online retailers from a standpoint of cart abandonment, from a standpoint of just making payments with credit cards online and such. And I've seen a lot of that discussion there. But I've never really seen it applied to the brick and mortar world. I mean, is that correct or? Well,
we believe so. We believe that, again, he or she, all of us, we're looking for, hey, you know what, I want this. And when I go to get it, whether it's online or in person, it better be there because I don't have a lot of time. And again, I don't have time, or nobody does, to sit around and look for employees or, hey, you're out of stock here, or this, kind of the environment where you're waiting in line and you've got somebody fumbling here and there. People, you have so many other options now. And so we think that LPAP can play a role in helping enhance all of those experiences, but making sure they are secure. Because the less friction you have, in other words, a lot more convenience means we all have a lot more exposure to theft and fraud and violence. And so LPAP, that means, hey, wait a minute, we are going to dramatically reduce the amount of friction here. We're going to increase the convenience for our customer, but that comes with a price. And we all know if you're ringing something out and it's beeping, well, I think that one beeped, well, that one beeped, that one beeped twice, oh, now I need, whatever. So we need to work on ways to get better and better at that. So I know Tom and his team, I'm not sure what all you can or want to talk about, but there's a lot of investment at the retailers that we're working with on this.
And how has the receptivity been on these three steps, precision LP, so far?
It's early. Maybe Tom, have you picked up? I mean, I've heard positive, but I'm biased on this.
Tom, I mean, I understand that reality on the ground. I mean, how is Walmart implementing this concept and how is it going over there with it?
Yeah, when we first heard Reed talking about precision LP and his 5 zones of influence, we thought it resonated very, very well. And so for us, it started with education, and we were lucky enough to pull all of our field leaders in August, Gus. And Reed came to our conference and was able to introduce the concept of these zones of influence. And the reality is the first 3 zones, most retailers I think are pretty well established, and the programs are pretty mature around how do you protect the merchandise, how do you protect the area, and how do you make sure that front end is secure for our customers as well. Where at least Walmart and probably other retailers as well have some room for improvement is in the parking lot and in the community, the other two zones that, that are part of that. And so we're really at the beginning stages of assessing, what programs work. Reed and his team have been very instrumental in helping us to identify what tactics work, what does the offender notice, what does our customer like, and what don't they like about some of the things we're implementing to make sure that, again, our good, honest customer has a seamless and frictionless experience in our store, and the person that's coming with ill intent gets it, fears it, and doesn't want to be there much longer.
Right. Excellent, well put. Well, anything else, Reed?
No, I think that does sum it up, that that gives us common language, a common focus. It helps us at the LPRC focus what we're working on in these working groups that we've got on those three main initiatives. Now, there's some other initiatives going on, but that's the big three. And I think hopefully it provides common language and focus where, again, an LPAP leader can go to their boss in the organization, can work with their colleagues and say, hey, I'm here, I'm mainstream, I'm here to help protect and enhance what's going on in these areas, because we're in intense competition. We always have been, but never more than now.
It broadens the entire role and function of loss prevention in the retail industry. I mean, it takes them from the supply chain all the way to the customer leaving the parking lot.
Right. And may enhance the ability to get the capital, the resources, the manpower you need to execute in those three areas. But telling them, look, I've always worked on helping make sure that we don't have a high shrink, that stuff's there and it's profitable. But we also want to make sure we know you're going to less and less, or lower friction or higher convenient ways to check out and so on. We need to work with you to secure that process. We've worked hard for the money. We've worked hard to buy the stuff. Let's not lose it there. And then finally, we understand it's intense, and a lot of people don't want to come out at night. They don't want to come out to a place that they don't feel very safe. You come in, you find your product. It's convenient checkout experience. You go outside, and your car's been burglarized. Somebody broke in your car, or a panhandler comes up to you in the parking lot, or whatever. So that's what we're talking about. The first thing a shopper sees is your parking lot. The last thing the shopper sees and deals with is your parking lot. And so don't just think inside the box. You got to get out of the box.
It kind of goes somewhat hand in hand with the total retail loss concept and approach, what RILA rolled out a little over a year ago. I mean, there's some parallels there to broadening the vision and impact of the LP industry and leaders and executives.
That's right. And maybe the extension is this 4 and 5 zones that Tom's talking about. That's good. We're protecting these and understand all these things are creating loss or the perception of loss and on and on. It's warping our business. It's affecting our profitability. But again, part of that is none of these things actually matter if she doesn't want to come there.
Well, and it certainly increases the risk factor on an individual basis for the LP executive, because they've got to go way out of their comfort zone and learn different aspects in order to perform well and in order to implement it.
But I bet you almost every retail executive, when they're pushed for time, or it's late, or it's raining, or whatever, but they want to get something, what are they doing? Are they going to the store, or are they going online? And so that's the reality. And so we're thinking, we got to be in the community. We got to be in the parking lot. We've got to support this mission here.
And Walmart is really implementing this and seeing some fruits of the efforts.
Absolutely, and like I said, we got together in August, so it's a newer concept for our field leadership team, but we are measuring success in the parking lot today. And look, the safety of our associates and our customers is the #1 priority. And when you listen to Reed talk through those points, with that being a priority, our brand is at stake, right? So we got to make sure our customers are safe. We got to make sure our associates are safe. We got to make sure that our brand image is upheld, so that great customer comes in and she feels very safe, whether she wants to shop at 9 o'clock at night, because most of our super centers are 24 hours, or she's in at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so that's our mission with this Precision LP, is to be able to provide the best place to work, the best place to shop, and help drive the overall brand and success of our company.
Well done, well done. Well, gentlemen, thank you for being here today. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for watching. You know, having just heard how Walmart is implementing this concept and how successful it's been for them, you may wish to look into how your organization can get involved and what the benefits are. From networking to conferences to leading research papers, your membership would give you access to the latest in evidence-based loss prevention programs and help you implement this new approach of precision loss prevention. In today's retail environment, everyone has to be focused on adding value and driving success. And let me merely point out, as the Precision LP model states, it's not just about what you do, it's also about how you do it. And that's refinement, which takes a lot of effort to maintain. We'd like to thank you for watching, and we hope you watch the next episode as we get an LPR research update from one of their research scientists, which includes their offender interview research. We'll be talking about how they handle offenders, the value of that information, and how it helps the LP industry, what else they're researching, and how they're making an impact. Once again, thanks to CAM Connections, a division of ADT, for sponsoring the entire series. And if you see one of their team members, make sure you say thank you. So until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.